right, so the dude is giving her all the signs like he's done with the relationship, but she's just like holding on. She's like, he's walking out the door and she's got her arms around both legs. Don't go, I think.
Hey, Bert Show. My boyfriend got super distant recently and broke up with me, pushing me away along with his friends and family. He started consuming his life with work and drinking more than he used to. He used to be super fun-loving, happy dude, and all of a sudden it's like a switch flipped inside of him. He did battle depression once a few years back, and once I did thorough research, it seemed like that's what's happening again, and he agrees. We're both in our early 20s, and he's struggling with what he wants career-wise as well. So maybe that has something to do with it. He thought breaking up might help so he can have time to work on himself, but it seems to have only gotten worse. I've talked to him a few times and convinced him to try therapy, which he is starting this week. I'm in love with him. I care deeply about him. I want the best for him. So it's extremely hard to watch him push everyone away and battle this alone. Any advice for how I should handle this? I have reassured him that I can care for him and I'm always there for him, which he appreciates. But is this something I should give him time and hope therapy helps? Or is there more I can be doing? I'd love for us to get back together eventually, but right now I feel like he just needs support and space. Any help is appreciated. Love y'all, longtime listener.
What's the old cliche? If you love something, set it free type
Let it
thing. Right? I think
If it comes back, it's meant to be.
Right.
If it doesn't, it wasn't.
But when that thing is depressed, sometimes you don't want to set it free because it might hurt itself. You know what I mean?
That's when you have to
extreme.
gauge. So obviously every situation is unique. And I say relationships are like fingerprints. They're all unique in their own special way. So she says, I feel like he just needs support and space. If that's what you know him and that's what you feel like he needs, then that's exactly what you should give him right now. You should love him from afar and be there for him in case he needs you.
This is the toughest thing you can do, man. It really, really is, but it's probably the best thing. He needs focus on him, right? And a relationship is work. It's a lot of dang work. So much work.
It shouldn't really. It shouldn't be that much work.
It's a lot.
You okay, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. So this dude really needs to just like focus on himself, I think. And the hardest thing to do is say, you know what, I'm going to take a back seat till you're healthy, and then I'm right here. But if you need my help in the meantime, I'm here. But you can't focus on us right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think in situations like these, it's natural to want to help, to want to be there, to want to help guide the person because you love them. But I feel like in situations like these, when a person is just not okay with themselves, it makes it worse when you try to help and when you try to be there. So I think the best thing you can really do is allow him to figure out whatever he needs to figure out on his own.
Like I haven't had a relationship, like a romantic relationship like this, but I have a friendship like this. And when she gets in these places and she gets in dark places, she becomes a hermit and she needs some time to herself. So I will just text her and be like, hey, I'm here for you whenever you need me. And I love her from afar. And then when she's ready, she'll reach out.
That's how I roll.
Yeah, it's such a tough place to give advice in something like this, though, because we've talked about this already this morning, that the three of us, when we're going through a really tough time, just want to handle it ourselves. Yep. Don't want to be a burden to anybody else. Let me put my head down and just deal with it myself. But at the end of the day, that's really not what I want. I just don't want a bunch of people to help me.
Yeah.
But one or two is cool.
And I think those people know.
Yeah, when a lot of people are like reaching out and, oh, can I come over? Can I bring that? Can I do? I feel more broken.
Right.
And like there's a spotlight on it and everybody's talking about it and I hate it. So like, yeah, I could say I'm like my husband and my dog.
Yes. I want to be the one to come to you when I need help because that's difficult enough for me to do. Yeah. So if I'm coming to you, I really need that help. And it stresses me more out when you volunteer and me saying I'm just going to do it myself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Is it like, I can tell you're really messed up right now?
Yeah.
And so I would like to offer my assistance.
Well, usually like, yeah, when I'm messed up, I'll reach out. Like Kristen, I've been like, do you have time?
And I'm like, girl, come on over.
Next Wednesday, can I come over?
I got all the spritzes.
Cindy, you're on The Voice Disguiser. What you got?
I am currently dating and in love with an alcoholic who struggles with depression. And let me tell you, it's hard and the struggle is real.
Yeah.
And you can only help them if they admit that they have a problem and they want help and they want to stop drinking. As soon as they decide that they don't have a problem with drinking and they don't have depression, there is absolutely nothing that you can do, and you have to step away for your own mental health.
Yeah, I've said this. This is kind of a reoccurring theme in my life now. Also, in that I realize that things are super easy when you're ready. When you're not ready or you're talking yourself into it, it's difficult and you fail. But when you're ready, it's so simple. Do you guys find the same thing?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Things
And only you
happen
know
organically.
when you're there.
Yeah, 100%.
The Bert Show.